As a real estate wholesaler and flipper, a skill you must learn how to do is figure out the ARV or after repair value on each and every distressed property that you go after. It's the starting point and it's the first thing you need to know in order to analyze a deal to determine your offer price. Not only do you need to get good at calculating ARV, but you need to get fast at it. Oftentimes, the name of the game in this business is speed. The first one to the deal gets the deal. So in today's video, I'm gonna do a live demo where you get to look over my shoulder and watch me show you how to calculate the after repair value on any house and how I can do it in under 60 seconds. Coming up.
This video is brought to you by FLIPSTER, the nation's #1 real estate software, with tools for finding, funding, and flipping houses. Check it out now at getflipster.com.
If you're new here to the channel, I'm Jerry Norton with FlippingMastery.com, and this channel is all about ways to help you make money wholesaling and flipping real estate so you can live your dream life. Be sure to subscribe and turn on the bell notifications so you don't miss new videos. Before we get started, just so we're clear, when wholesaling and fixing and flipping, in order to determine your desired offer price to present to the seller, you need to run the wholesaling or fix and flip buy formula to determine your maximum allowable offer or MAO. The MAO factors in all of the numbers, including your wholesale or fix and flip profit. Now, I did a detailed video where I break down how to analyze a deal to figure out your MAO. I'll put the link to that video in the description box below for you to watch later. So let's suppose that you find a lead that you want to pursue and make an offer to the seller. The first thing you need to figure out is the property's after repair value or ARV. This is the price the home will sell for later, assuming it gets fixed up. If you're a fix and flipper, this is critical because you need to know what you can sell it for later after it's fixed up. And if you're a wholesaler, you need to know the ARV because whoever you wholesale it to is going to fix it up and sell it later. So you still need to know the ARV. ARV is determined by looking at similar sold homes in the area that have recently sold. Now, I did a step-by-step breakdown on best practices and the rules and steps to calculate ARV. If you want to do a deep dive on ARV, be sure to watch that video, link in the description. But on this video, I'm going to actually show you using a real example how to quickly calculate the after repair value on any house. First, I'm going to show you using redfin.com because that is my favorite free real estate site to do it. I prefer Redfin over Trulia, Realtor.com, and even Zillow. But since Redfin isn't in every market, I'm also going to show you how to quickly calculate ARV using Zillow. Now, before we get started, I want you to know that I'll also be using my Deal Analyzer tool. This is really helpful because it has a built-in formula, so it makes everything even easier. Now, to get this for free, just go to mydealanalyzer.com. Okay, are you ready to get started? Start the timer. This is the property that I picked to look at. Go to redfin.com and enter the address and then open up the listing on the property. Now, this is off market and it last sold a couple of years ago. Then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna right click on the tab and click duplicate, which opens another identical tab. That way I can reference the property on tab 1 and comp the property on tab 2. On tab 2, click right here where it says neighborhood. That jumps me to the bottom of the page. Now pause the timer. Right here, Redfin gives some interesting market data. Check it out. In the zip code during the past 30 days, the average sale price was $550,000 and the average sold price per foot was $229. Looking at the entire zip code is probably too broad since I want to hone in on the neighborhood, which I'll show you in a minute, so keep watching. And only looking at 30 days is probably not enough data either. But if I were to just go big picture and get an idea of ARV, I could take our lead, which is 3,009 square feet, and multiply it by the zip code for the past 30-day average sold price per square foot of $229 to get a market value of $689,000. But like I said, let's get a little more accurate. Resume the timer. Right here, click on the zip code and it's gonna take us to a new page. Pause the timer. On this page, you can see a map with lines around the entire zip code on the left, and it defaults to active homes for sale. On the right is the list. Now, what we're gonna do next is hone in on the neighborhood where our lead is located. All right, resume timer. Zoom in on the property neighborhood. If you need to refer to tab 1, there is a map showing where the property is at. So our lead is right here. Now, using the draw feature, let's draw a new boundary so that we isolate the comps to just the neighborhood or area. Now, I'm gonna follow these main roads and stay within this boundary. Okay, now by doing that, we're only looking at comps in that specific area. Next, click here where it says more filters. Then click this box, house, so it excludes condos, etc. Then change it from for sale to sold and click the drop down box and choose 1 year. Next, let's do a square foot range. The subject property is 3,000 square feet, so let's do a range from 2,500 to 3,500. Now you can see that that got rid of everything under 2,500 square feet and over 3,500 square feet and brought our search results down to 38 homes. Let's add a few more filters. Our lead has a pool, which is a big deal in Arizona, so let's click the filter must have pool. That got rid of 10 comps and brought our list down to 28. Another filter is bedrooms. Our lead is a 3-bedroom, so let's put minimum 3-bedroom and maximum 3-bedroom, so we exclude 2 bedrooms and 4 or more bedrooms. Now that brought our list down to 12. Now another filter I might add is year built. Our lead was built in 1973, so I want to exclude any recently built homes. So under max year built, let's put year 2000. That way excludes homes built after the year 2000. Now that got rid of 1 more comp and brought us down to 11. Now I could continue to add filters if I wanted, such as must have a basement or must have a garage. But at this point, I've narrowed it down to 11, and my goal is to get to approximately 5 to 10, so I've got enough supporting data. All right, so next click Apply Filter, and then here on the right is my list of 11 comps. Now here's the important part. At the bottom of the list, Redfin gives me my averages from the list of comps. So right here it shows me that my average sold price is $615,700 and my average price per square foot is $214 per foot. Okay, do you remember a minute ago where we looked at the sold market data for the entire zip code during the past 30 days? Do you remember the price per square foot? It was $229 a foot. So by spending the extra few seconds, we narrowed the search down to just the neighborhood, and that got us to the $214 per square foot. Now, if I wanted, I could look at each of these comps individually and then narrow it down even more, maybe just pick 5 or 6 of the most relevant comps, or I could click the price per square foot here, and it will do a list from the lowest to highest. Now I could drop the lowest, which is $172 a foot, and the highest, which is $295 a foot, and then average the remaining 9 comps. I could do that, but let's say that I just go with the $214 a foot. Now start the timer. Now I'm gonna jump over to my deal analyzer and input $214 for my ARV, price per square foot. And since my square foot of the property is 3,009 square feet, the algorithm multiplies the 2, and that comes to 643,926 for my ARV. Now stop the timer. Did I make it in 60 seconds? No, dang it. Well, close enough. The point is, it doesn't take very long, and with some practice, you can get pretty fast at it. By the way, going back to my deal analyzer, if I want to determine my maximum allowable offer price on this deal, my deal analyzer factors in all of the other numbers that you need to know, including cost of repairs, closing costs, carrying costs, and even profit to give you both your fix and flip buy price and your wholesaling buy price. Now, I did a detailed video where I break down how to run this formula. If you'd like more training on that, I'll put a link to that video in the description box below for you to watch later. And again, if you'd like my deal analyzer tool, I'll give it to you for free. Just go to mydealanalyzer.com. Now, since I did this on redfin.com, and since Redfin isn't in every market, unfortunately, let me take a minute and show you how to do the same thing on Zillow.com. First, look up the address of the property that you want to analyze and zoom in until you've identified the neighborhood. Use the draw feature to draw the area you want to isolate, just like we did with Redfin. Then click Apply. Next, the filters are up here across the top. So first, let's make sure that we just have sold homes, so uncheck all of the others. Next, go to Beds and click 3 bedrooms. And since we just want to look at 3 bedrooms only in our case, click the box Use Exact Match for Bedrooms. Then go to Home Type and just click Houses and make sure that you uncheck all of the others. Then on the More tab right here, enter 2,500 to 3,500 on the square foot range. For your build, put maximum year 2000, and then check the box Must Have Pool. And finally, sold in the last, and then put 12 months. Now these are all the same filters that we put in Redfin. So now we should be looking at the same comps as we did on Redfin, but here's the problem, and the reason why I prefer Redfin. On Zillow, it doesn't give me the sold price per square foot or the averages of my list of comps. I have to manually do that. Whereas remember, Redfin gives us that info. But if I manually do the math, I'd come up with the same conclusion that my average price per square foot of these comps is $214 per foot. And going back to my deal analyzer, that means our ARV is $643,000. Now, one final thought on comping properties. Being able to quickly and successfully comp a property and determine the ARV is an essential skill to learn as a wholesaler and a flipper. Do not rely on a real estate agent to do this for you. No one cares more about the success of your deal than you do. And if you're following my methods, you should be making offers every single day. So you need to be able to quickly and accurately calculate ARV. Keep in mind, comping properties is not always cut and dry. Sometimes you have an odd situation, such as 2 houses on one property, or the subject property is 3,000 square feet and all the homes in the neighborhood are only 1,000 square feet. Situations where you can't find relevant comps. The most common situation is where the subject property is in a rural area and there just aren't very many comps, if any at all. I actually did a detailed video where I explain what to do when you can't find relevant comps. Be sure to check out that video, link in the description. So here's my challenge for you. Follow what I taught on this video and turn on the timer and practice comping properties, and leave a comment and let me know how long it took you. And if you learned something new in this video, do me a favor and hit that like button. And if you haven't yet, be sure to subscribe to my channel with hundreds of videos and new videos released every single week. This is the #1 channel on YouTube for all things wholesaling and flipping. And finally, watch this next video where I use a real deal example to calculate ARV. This will really help drive home what you learned on this video, and I'll see you on the next video.